got this book for Christmas from my daughter, and it's so good. I think I could have written it. So I'm not taking anything away from the author, Aaron. Good God, I'm blind. Aaron Murphy, Hiscock. It's hyphenated, Hiscock. I'm serious, Hiscock. Um, but I just have to share. I think I might. What I think I might do is just read like a chapter of it once a week. I mean, I've pretty much gotten through it, but I just have to share this book. I mean, this is me. This is why she got it for me, because it screamed me. I guess it's because I've been living this way for a very, very long time. And I didn't write a book, no. I've done other things though. But it's definitely, it's good. It's good. The Green Witch. Introduction. Whatever your reasons for seeking balance, you'll find that harmonizing yourself with the energy of nature can help you break free from the stresses in your life and focus on the here and now. And there is no better way to explore the bounty of nature than by following the path of the Green Witch. The way of the Green Witch is the path of the naturalist, the herbalist, and the healer. It is a free form, flexible, and personalized practice for anyone who wants to explore the gifts of nature and use them to find balance and harmony in life. With the Green Witch, you'll find the information you need to develop and nurture the spiritual practice of green witchcraft. And I just find the title, I've never heard of the Green Witch. You know, I've heard of black magic. There's dark and light. You know, people either practice their magical abilities for evil or good. And I've never considered myself of the light or of the dark. I've always considered myself in the gray. But I sure like green better than gray. So hats off to you, Aaron. I think that's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So now that I interrupted myself so rudely, where was I? The way of the Green Witch is the path. Okay, blah, 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 blah. With the Green Witch, you'll find the information you need to develop and nurture the spiritual practice of green witchcraft, from advice on walking the green path in the modern world to information on essential herbs, plants, trees, stones, and more. There you will find recipes, exercise, ritual, suggestions, and directions for making potions and herbal blends for purposes both mundane and magical. From issues such as the history of the practice as creating your own individual traditions, the Green Witch is, oh darn it, I had written something on this side and it bled over to this side. I didn't even think of that. And luckily it's just the introduction. Let me see if I can get past this. It's really weird because on this side it looks like a skull. It's weird. Okay, so from the issues such as the history of the practice and creating your own individual traditions. The Green Witch is organic and practical. The Green Witch is organic and a practical guide for the modern Green Witch trying to connect with nature in today's society. What is so relevant and unique about Green Witchcraft is that it is highly specialized and a solo practice. Not everyone will be drawn to the same things and practice in the same way. It's about finding a workable balance in your own life within your own setting. The Green Witch works closely with nature and its gifts. She uses natural elements to improve the well-being of the physical body, the spirit, and the environment, and works to establish a personal connection with the natural world. It may seem like a challenge to harmonize with nature in today's technological and industrial world. Fortunately, you don't need to remove or reverse modern influences. What you need to do is to discover how to connect your modern life to the earlier knowledge that is waiting for you to find again. The trick is to recognize the presence of green energy in the world today and to see how it still operates. Listen to the world around you. Open your heart, rebalance, and enjoy your journey. Note, although the Green Witch and reader are referred to as she throughout this text, the path by no means excludes male practitioners who are more common every day. The pronoun she was chosen simply for convenience. And I would like to point out that he is in she. Really. S-H-E. Take away the serpent and there's he. Anyway, the thing about this is I've never been one to get into organized anything. And so even like Wicca and all these things that do rituals, someone else made up, and it's always been a real turn off to me. And that's basically how my journey started on the Green Witch path. I don't like the word witch either because it's kind of like a, a slang, like how they use the N word for black people. You know, it wasn't a term of endearment or anything like that. I mean, uh, it was out of ridicule. So I have a real, and all it was people connected to their environment and aware of themselves and the world, and they were given the name witch, and so I have a real problem with that. Sometimes I have a real problem with that. I don't consider myself a witch. I consider myself green now, definitely now instead of gray. Chapter 1. What is the Green Witch? Historically, a green witch lived apart, using the energies of plants and trees around her to heal others. Those who needed her services traveled to see her. These days, a green witch is more likely to be living in the middle of the city or in the suburbs. She could work in a variety of fields, such as business, medicine, or teaching, or might be a full-time mom. A green witch isn't defined by where she lives or what she does to bring home a paycheck, nor is she limited to working with plants, trees, or herbs. She is not, as people might assume, defined solely by the particular way she expresses her spirituality or by the religion she follows. A green witch is defined by her relationship to the world around her, by her ethics, and by her affinity with the natural world. In essence, she lives the life of a green witch. She lives the path, the green path. The path of the green witch is an intensely personal path that integrates ability, likes and dislikes, the climate of a particular geographical location, and interaction with the energy of that environment. It isn't a tradition so much as a personal adaptation of an ideal. The path of the Green Witch in popular perception, the practice of the green witchcraft. God, I can't see hardly. I'm gonna need to shine some light up on here. Witchcraft itself is a practice that involves the use of natural energies as an aid to accomplish a task or reaching a goal. In general, witchcraft acknowledges a god and a goddess, sometimes solely a goddess, and recognizes that magic is a natural phenomenon. Witchcraft is frequently confused with Wicca, which in modern alternative nature-based religion, while Wicca and witchcraft possesses many similarities, including reverence for nature. Wicca is a specific formula formal religion. There is a wide variety of forms of witchcraft with varying degrees of structure. For the sake of this book, the term witchcraft refers to the practice of working with natural energies to attain goals without specific religious context. A green witch, then, is someone who lives the green path and is aware of how the energy of nature flows through her life and environment, even if that environment is not the traditional garden and forest setting popularized by fairy tales and romanticized notions. Green witchcraft is not a formal tradition in the sense of Gardanian Wicca, dynamic Diananic Wicca, Farah tradition, and other established forms. When we use the phrase the Green Witch tradition, we do not refer to an unbroken line of initiates or an established body of lore. Instead, we are referring to the various practices from diverse places that come together to form the modern Green Witch and Wise One. Because the path of the Green Witch is an individualized solo practice, any modern book on green witchcraft is simply a single author's way of interpreting the practice. Initiation into green witchcraft is technically impossible. There exists no body or of formal knowledge passed on through carefully training, no established group mind to watch. You are connected by sacred ceremonies performed by elders. Some modern ecclesiastic groups may base their regular practice on the ideals of green witchcraft, but it's not the same thing. The practitioner of the green witchcraft may pass on her personal knowledge, including her personal notes and writings, to another, but that's not an gosh, I'm stumbling over my words now. Initiation process. Reading a specific author's ideas and views concerning the path of the Green Witch is a form of apprenticeship in which you learn a new way of looking at your world and discover new exercises and techniques that will help you refine and deepen your connection to the natural world around you. This process cannot be intensely personal as traditional apprenticeships where the apprentice worked beside the master, but it is a modern form of acquiring the knowledge and skills of one particular practitioner. The concepts of healing, harmony, and balance are all key to Green Witch practice and outlook on life. These concepts embody three distinct focuses. One, the earth, your local environment, as well as the planet. Two, humanity in general, as well as your local community and circles of friends and acquaintances. And three, yourself. The earth is often singled out as the Green Witch's main focus, which is slightly unfair. The Green Witch understands that the earth incorporates the planet and all living things upon it, including animals, plants, and people. In this respect, yes, the earth is a collective term for all living things. However, the Green Witch also knows that to lump them all together means that we sometimes forget the more individual emphasis each deserves. We can decry the general mistreatment of our planet's water supply, but our local action often has more of an immediate effect on our environment than demonstrating in front of the office tower. Clean up your own backyard is the phrase the Green Witch understands well. People are also people are also the Green Witch's province. The modern Green Witch understands that humanity impacts the natural world, not only how individuals treat it, but also by the energy created by their feelings and beliefs. Just as nature's energy affects us, so too does our energy affect nature. That's so true. And that effect isn't always positive. Therefore, the Green Witch seeks to maintain harmony between humanity and nature. She also understands that people affect other people with their energy, and she strives to maintain a harmonious, energetic environment in which people can feel calm and empowered to improve themselves in a positive fashion and interact with each other with ease and love. Finally, the Green Witch must function in harmony with the realities of her own life. This means working out your own goals and obstacles and knowing your own self so that you can apply your energies and skills to the best of your ability. Your true self is not necessarily the self you wish you could be, it is the self you actually are. Finding this true self can be a remarkably difficult goal. We lie to ourselves on a regular basis, often so well that we are completely deaf of certain aspects of our personalities until the day we die. Working with that shadowed side of ourselves can be rewarding. However, and maintaining a harmony between our darker aspects and our positive aspects brings our personal energy into balance. Ethics of the Green Witch Path. In any path related to the expression of spirituality, the concept of ethics is important. Interestingly enough, there is no ethical or moral rules associated with the Green Witch path, other than those that the practitioner already possesses. Why are there no ethical rules set out in Green Witchcraft practice? First of all, the practice is so very personal that to create an overreaching ethical system would exclude some practitioners or force them to change who they are. Green witchcraft isn't about forcing an individual to change. It is about an individual choosing to harmonize her own life with the energy of nature. Second, the Green Witch is so in tune with her surroundings that a set of ethical structures is unnecessary. Knowing yourself to be a part of a greater whole makes it difficult to act against that whole. Working with the earth means that to act against it would be counterproductive, and that includes acting against a member of the earth's extended energies, such as other people, animals, plants, and so forth. It is difficult to act unethically when you understand how everyone and everything is affected by the negativity of such an action. If you love and respect the world around you, you will not abuse it. The more empathy and sympathy you have for your surroundings, the better you will treat them. This is tied in the basic golden rule found in several religions. It's ethical. Good God. Recom. Recit. Reciprocity. I gotta look that up. Oops. if you, if you treat those around you with courtesy, they will extend the same to you. What you put out into the world returns to you, and that goes for thoughts, acts, and energy. With a well-tuned awareness of the green which strives to possess comes a knowledge of who and what will be affected by her actions and choices, which this understanding and the sense of responsibility and guardianship for life that she also possesses. A further focus on ethics is unnecessary. Nature is your mother, your father, your best friend. It makes no sense to harm your kin or friends intentionally. Think of the love and respect you have for the earth. Extend that regard to all the creatures that make up the natural world, humans, animals, plants, trees. They are all part of nature. Naturally, you treat them with the same respect with which you treat the earth herself. How much more? Because I want to actually, I don't want to stay too much on this because I actually have some other things to talk about. Okay, so next week I will pick it up here because this chapter goes on for a while. Okay. Well, I made a video the 10th of February and I didn't post it because I was such a mess. I wasn't going to post it because I had so much anger in me, and I was just cussing and carrying on. I might post it after I post this. You can have a look at it. But I looked physically disheveled, emotionally a wreck, and I didn't want to present what I had found out like that. You know, I wanted to be a little bit more put together, which I'm not. Anyway, my daughter for Christmas, she bought me 23andMe, and gosh, I would have to go to the bathroom, you know. Would you mind? Can I go to the bathroom? I gotta go to the bathroom. And actually, we'll take this downstairs. Oh, I'm not gonna take you into the bathroom with you. Actually, we'll go downstairs. Oh, God. I wonder if that even picked me up. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, look, guys. I rearranged my room. Yeah, so you walk in. The bed used to be right there in the middle. It seems bigger. And I took the TV out of the closet so I could have more closet space. It used to sit in there along with that. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this video. But I think this thing fell down, and I don't think I was in it. If I wasn't in it, I wasn't in it. Oh, who cares? Who cares? Oh, what's to look at you anyway, Bobby? Jeez. It's my violin kicking in. I must be recognized. I must be recognized. Recognized. So we're gonna head out to the garden. Okay, not much is left here because of the fungus flies. You finally went in there and actually started throwing shit out and trading. But I have some asparagus, some 2 zucchini, some pepper plants, and I just started these. That's basil and thyme. Some cilantro and dill and zinnias. I had to toss a lot of it out, and some of it's downstairs. But I've been on top of this big time. These fungus flies. And hopefully, knock on wood, and I really am gonna knock on wood, I don't get infested down there. I've taken all kinds of different steps not to. I'm gonna grab. Yes, I'm still hooked on pina coladas, guys. Oh God, it's made me gain weight. I said I wanted to gain weight. I've gained weight. Ooh. Come on, boo. Let's go. Wanna go outside, boo? Come on. You coming? No? Okay. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go to No Name and then the gym.
Okay.
I'm hungry. You already ate something.
Okay, so I won't let you guys sit in here while I go to the bathroom. And it is so cold right now outside. I mean, it's cold out there. We had a shit ton of snow. I mean, it's melted a lot, but see that van, you pretty much couldn't see that van a while back. But anyway, I made that video the 10th of February, and I didn't post it when I found out. Okay, I gotta get back to the story, but first I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll let you sit and look. I'll let you sit and look at that lemongrass. Alright. Before we hit that, I want to tell you my story. My story about 23 and me. 23 and me. Why did I start talking like that? I don't know. I don't know. And I gotta jerk this thing off. Okay. Okay, so I'm so wide right now. I need some sun. Okay, so I got this 23andMe, and I took it. My daughter got everybody one. it, shows you your DNA and things you might be prone to, get. And so I took it and sent it in. And as some of you know, I found out I had a half sister. And the only reason why I found that out is because she did it. I mean, if she hadn't have taken it, I wouldn't know that I have a half sister. But and I have more than just a half sister, guys. Her name's Michelle Blake. And at first I was thinking, it's my dad. He couldn't keep it in pants. That's why they got a divorce. He was married to someone before my mom. Maybe Cheryl had a baby and gave it up for adoption or something. And I thought, oh, that's not being very fair to my father. Could be my mom. She could have got pregnant when she was younger, as sweet and innocent as she portrayed herself to be. Maybe she got pregnant really early and put it up for adoption. It wasn't any of those. Nope.
He's gonna dip. Oh. Hey.
Tread careful. Okay, so sorry about the interruption. Where was I at? Oh, yeah, it's none of those. And it's taken me a while to process. I really haven't gotten through the processing yet. Because like part of my identity was just ripped away right out from underneath me, and I don't want to cry. And with all the fucking lies that you have to deal with, the world throws at you anyway, the last people that you think would lie to you would be your close family. Fuck no. Okay, the deal is who I thought was my father is not my father. Apparently, my mother got pregnant young, and she had me and the guy that she was dating at the time. Believe it or not, his name's Bobby. They call him Bobby. His name's Robert Beers, but it's spelled B-I-E-R-S. He was in a band called Green Giants, and he didn't want anything to do with it. So my mom hooked up with my dad, who I thought was my father, and for the longest time I just thought he was the biggest piece of shit that walked the face of the earth. So many things make sense to me now. The way my mom would look at me sometimes and the way she treated me was so much different than my brother. The way it was so easy for my dad to take the stance he took later on. Like, it all makes fucking sense. But, this is fucking big news to find out when you're almost 52, and yeah, so I thought I pretty much had all my DNA pretty much worked out, but apparently I don't know. However, I am Irish. I have a lot of Irish in me. I knew I had Irish in me, but I don't have any Scottish Scottish in me. I thought I had a lot more Native American in me. I do have Native American in me, but not as much as I thought. And I have a few other things that I had no clue. I'm basically European. I don't even have 1% Ethiopian in me. Not even 1%. So I'm basically completely Euro. Anyway, he has more than this daughter, Michelle Blake. I have some half brothers. My brother that I grew up with is my half brother, which I thought was my full brother. And I guess I have. Actually, one just passed away not very long ago, and he was like only like 43, if I remember right. I just read the obituary. I'm not gonna like go freak him out or anything. I messaged her because she's on, the 23andMe, and if she wants to get a hold of me, she will. Their loss. That's how I look at it. It's their loss. It's his loss. And he's totally into music, obviously. I always wondered where I got this need for my music. Now I know. And some of the comments my dad said to me make sense too. It's like everything just hit me like right, yeah. It hit me hard. And I know this is in the end is, it doesn't matter. I know this. But when you're here playing a persona, a role, and you I don't know. It's just hard. Apparently they were going to tell me. And then the years kept going by, and they didn't. And a lot of the family was like, you gotta tell her. I mean, what if a medical emergency comes up? She needs a blood transfusion. How's that gonna work out for you? Anyhow, I always thought me and my brother didn't have anything. He didn't like any, because he took after my dad that raised me, and I took after my mother more so, but I didn't ever think we had any qualities that resembled brother and sister. But we were never close. My brother weren't very close ever. I always wanted a sister. I don't know if I haven't heard from her now. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to hear from her. I don't know. Maybe I will. But he was in a band. Did I tell you he was in a band called the Green Giants? And actually they were pretty big in the 70s. And they have some records out. And he's the bass player and singer. If you want to go online, you can see what my biological father looks like. I know where I got my nose now. It must be the French in me. I wonder if he's, I don't know. Anyway. I don't know. Anyway, fire drink. I was fucking bawling at the end of your fucking video today. Oh my god. I'm gonna start bawling again. I think. I really needed to hear that. That's all I'm gonna say. I just needed to hear all those words he said at the end. Let's talk shit potatoes. Let's talk chip potatoes. Let's talk chip potatoes. Chip potatoes. Look at him! Look at him! Oh, he looks so healthy and happy. Yeah, some asshole left that curtain open right there. And this one, let me turn it around. Got exposed to a little too much coldness. See the black on the leaves? Anyway, so 2 of them are in here, so 2 of them have taken off. One's starting to take off right down there. See it coming up down there? But I think that might be an offshoot of this one, because I planted them, you know, across from each other. So there's 2 in the big ones, and these were those little tiny baby ones, and they they aren't looking really happy. I think I might have let them chit just a little too long. And they're different kinds, so the plants look different. So, okay, what do we got going over here, guys? Oh God, that's all I got left of the rosemary that I propagated. I guess I shouldn't have counted my eggs before they're laid, or my chickens before they're hatched. However they say that. Anyway, I started some trays down here, and actually this stuff here, this okra and the birdhouse gourds and the cucumbers were in here, but they got so big I had to take them out. And what I've been doing, oh, and look at the ginger. It has gotten so much bigger, I'm sure, since the last time you see it. And there's even another offshoot coming up down right there. And I got some kale that I started in a cup. This is a mystery. I don't know what this is, so I just put a question mark on it. It was in, with the cucumbers. It somehow got in there with the cucumbers. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to throw it out. It's thriving. We'll just grow it and see what it is. Eventually we'll have to know. The lemongrass. All this was in these trays here, but as they get bigger, I'm taking them out and putting them in these small containers, like these beans over here. They were all in those trays, believe it or not. And so actually I just transpotted them into here. They were in those cups there, but they were getting too big for, they're getting root bound for them. So I went ahead and I put them in this today. And actually I was thinking they'd look a little sadder than they do, because usually when you do that they do. But they look happier. Yeah. Hopefully things will be thriving come springtime, and I'll be able to just take some of this stuff right on outside. But I've got all kinds of herbs. You know how I am about my herbs. I got, well, the lemongrass I moved out over there. And so right in here is mint, spearmint, and lemon. And I started these in some different cups, something else. So, caraway seed. Well, I'm sure you can see it. Or maybe you can't see it. Oregano, mugwort, chives, calendula, and more mint, spearmint, and lemon balm. Oh yeah, this is lemon balm here. Over here, oh, echinacea. My echinacea's coming up. It's coming up, guys. These rows here, I'll tell you what, I have tried to get lavender and rosemary to seed, and I can't get them to germinate. But anyway, I'm going at it again. Purple basil, sweet basil, thyme, marjoram, chamomile, and Italian parsley. Tomatoes, sweet peas, Thai peppers are in the front and chili peppers are back here. I repot some of these that are really bare. I went ahead and potted some more seeds. Like I just potted these. See, those ones in the back are way bigger. There's some age differences here. I just felt like I'm not throwing these things away. I mean, they're still good. So I went ahead and filled them with some more seeds. Because not every seed germinates. And so I must have had some really bad seeds. I don't know what. But this time, everything's starting to sprout. So, okay, so on this side, I told you the chili peppers are... Okay, and then I got eggplant, which is finally starting to take off. Bok choy, peppers, sweet peppers, and I got those bell peppers upstairs that look really good and healthy right now. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and spinach. Oh, and I planted some lemon seeds to try to grow a lemon tree. And I've always wanted an apple tree, so over there, I planted some apple trees. And I thought, you know what, if I actually get one to grow big enough to plant outside, I'll cut that lindle tree down because I can't stand it. And I will plant an apple tree and keep it really, really small. I'll make sure it doesn't get big and out of control. That's the plan, guys. That's the plan. Anyhow. Boo's been waking up every morning with the red rocket. He's been having wet dreams. He's going through that puberty stage and he's so beside himself. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. I mean, I don't know if you remember what it was like going through that, but it sucks. Think what a dog feels like. Anyway, yeah, it's been a while and I thought I probably should put a video out. Let some of you that give a shit about me know what's been going on. That's what's been going on. More lies on top of more lies on top of more lies. Fun times. Anyway, thank you, Fire Drake. You lifted my soul. Seriously. I really needed to hear that today. I love you too. Okay, guys. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go watch it again.